Shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining me wherever you are. And if it's in the morning, afternoon, evening, welcome again. I just wanted to do this video in regards to a lot of the changes that we're seeing taking place over the last few weeks. And the last video I did, I made a statement that the U.S. Amount owing was, I think, $40 trillion. It's actually just below $37 trillion. So I just want to make that correction. But yes, this video is going to be about the United States building a wall on the southern border. And what are the implications to that? What does that mean for citizens of the United States, as well as countries like Canada that are being threatened by President Trump to become the 51st state? What this all means, and what is the agenda that they are trying to achieve? So first, I would like to say that a lot of the things that I will be discussing in this video is from just observing what has been happening over the last few years with the United States and with the world politics that have been taking place. And again, as always, I do welcome your comments below. If you have anything to add or any questions, I do welcome them. So yes, when we are now hearing that the U.S. administration is saying that they want to finish building the southern wall by 2029, and that Pete Hegseth has mentioned that the border is approximately 98% secure now, but they would like to reach 100% secure. What does that mean for U.S. citizens? On the surface, it does sound like the southern border will be secure. It's going to protect the U.S. citizens. They won't have to worry about people coming into the country that are unauthorized, right? From that section of their border. But how about if people want to leave? Right? How about if people want to leave the United States? If they want to go across the southern border and leave the United States, are they going to be able to do that if they make the border quote unquote secure? Can a U.S. citizen leave the country if they want to? And what is the purpose of having the border built by 2029 completely secure, and then now bringing military troops to the southern border and saying that the U.S. is going to take over Canada? I do feel that in the next few years, what you will be seeing is that it'll be more difficult to leave the United States. And the United States will be very selective about who can come in. And you may say, you know what, that is good. We need to control our borders. We need to make sure that we know who is coming in, and we need to know who is going out. We need to have control, and this is a free country, so I don't see what the problem is. We just need to know these things because of all the different events that have happened over the last 10, 20 years, with a lot of incidents that have happened at the borders and different events that has changed the United States. It's best for us to know. And that sounds reasonable. It does. But when you are able to take a step back and look at everything on a whole, I don't think that that is what is actually taking place. I don't think that's what we're seeing. I think we're seeing that as the United States is being dismantled, as it is being brought down financially, they need to now control who can leave and who could come in, because they need a workforce. They need people who are going to do the job that a lot of these immigrants were doing. Someone needs to do the job. And as I mentioned before, they are going to set up programs for citizens of the United States that if they want to get benefits like housing, medical benefits, food benefits, they're going to have to work. They're going to have to work. They are going to have to provide their labor to get those benefits. And, if you feel like, hey, I want to leave this place, I want to go somewhere else, well, they're going to be making it as difficult as possible for you to leave, because they need your labor. They need you to fulfill a quota, because they have currently today approximately $37 billion of debt that needs to be paid off. So why would you think that you can just leave? You need to work. Everybody needs to work, and everybody needs to get this debt down. And that is what you're seeing. That border is not only to keep a citizen inside, yes, but it's to keep people out that they don't want to come in. And the military that they're placing there is also another layer of security to keep you inside of the United States. It's also going to be used in Central and South America. The military is also going to be used in Central and South America to exploit whatever resources are there to be exploited. And that is what you're seeing. And that is what you will see. Because as I said in a previous video, that, Russia is not the boogeyman any longer. The United States needs a new boogeyman. And why not make those boogeymen south of the border? We're building a wall, right? Or sorry, they're building a wall. Just imagine seeing a landscape and this high wall with military personnel. I just imagine seeing all of that. And keep in mind that a lot of the movement of different substances was not done above ground. A lot of it has occurred and is currently still occurring below ground. So the wall can be there. It definitely can let a person think that nothing is getting through, especially with the military personnel there. That will make them think that they are being protected. But how about what's underground? And how about what are the other intentions or purposes of having that wall? Now, the other thing is that with Canada, which is on the northern border of the United States, if there was such an issue with, different substances coming into the United States from there, why not build a northern border wall? Why not do that? Because as Trump said, he wants Canada to be the 51st state. So he doesn't need a border for that, even though his whole issue that he's saying publicly, so his public reason is, these substances are coming across the border, and a lot of people who are unauthorized are coming across the border from Canada into the United States, which if you look at the numbers, it's actually the other way around. It's coming from the United States into Canada. The majority of those substances and unauthorized people. It's the other way around. Okay? So what we are going to see over the next few years is it's going to be a push from the current American administration to annex Canada and Greenland. And what you'll have there is a North American Union. Okay? There's going to be a strong push to get this done. And I think that they will succeed. I think that they will succeed. I do not think that this idea to annex Canada is the President of the United States idea. I don't think it is. I think that this idea comes from those that are actually in control or think they're in control and want to consolidate countries around the world into large regions that can be controlled politically, economically, financially, and culturally. That's what we're seeing. He is just the person that is introducing these ideas to us. But do you think that he could come out with these ideas on his own and say this is what he wants to get done? No, there are people who have been sitting down for many years and planning out, a European Union, African Union, uh, Asian Union, North American Union. They're sitting down and planning these things out. So what you're hearing Trump say is not new. It is new to those people that have not been paying attention to what has been going on and what has been said continually over the last 2-3 decades. That is what is happening. And they will continue to push this. The pressure that is being placed on Canada and indirectly on the American and international economies will continue because they have goals that they want to achieve, and Trump is the face that they're using to get their goals accomplished. And that does include putting a wall up on the southern border because, if you think you're going somewhere, you're not going to go anywhere. And if you want to go on the coast, well, you're going to be a really good swimmer or you're going to need a boat of some kind that will not be able to be intercepted where you can go into waters and get out of here. That's what we're seeing. And I'm pretty sure they're going to start talking about the eastern coast all along up the United States into Canada, that they need greater surveillance, uh, that side of the border needs greater protection along with the western, the Pacific side of the borders need greater surveillance, greater protection. And that's one thing that you will hear repeatedly when the President of the United States talks about getting Greenland. They will point out that it is for security concerns. That's why they need it. Right? They need it for security concerns because you're not going to be able to, ride over to Greenland and think you're out of the North American Union and that somehow you're free. No. Mm-mm. And all these countries, Canada, Greenland, they're under judgment. They're under judgment because of the things that they have done, the things that the government has said, the things that they continue to do in the relationship that they have with Babylon. The refusal to repent and turn from wickedness, to confess their sins, to acknowledge who the one and only true living God is, and his son, Yahushua HaMashiach, and his people, the people that you see scattered all about through these lands, the ones that were brought over in ships, Deuteronomy 28:29. Sorry, Deuteronomy 28 and Deuteronomy chapter 29. If you read those chapters, you will know that part of the curses that we received as Yahuwah's people is to be scattered about through ships, to be brought all around the world. But Yahuwah said he's going to gather his people again, that he's going to bring us together. And these nations have refused to acknowledge who we are. They have refused to repent for the things they have done to us, and they have refused to make it right. You hear the President of the United States talking continuously and saying how, we're not being treated fairly. We're not being treated fairly. We're being treated very badly. But he can never say how badly he's treated the so-called black man, black woman in the United States. Right? He can never say that. He can never tell you all the atrocities that have been done to the black man and black woman in the United States, to our babies being fed to animals, to burning down our towns and our cities because we are prosperous, because we have shown them in the past we don't need them, right? That we are able to have our own economy. All the abuse, all of the torment and the wickedness, the evil deeds that they have done. Notice they can't talk about all the things that they've done to us, but yet they want to tell the world that they've been treated very badly because they have tariffs put on their goods that are shipped out internationally. Right? It's always about the money. It's always about the money. That's what they worship. But that system is being destroyed in front of our very eyes, and it's going to continue to be dismantled and destroyed. Each day they wake up and they say, things are going to be better. Things are going to improve. This is just temporary. This was expected. Each day that they get up and they say those things, know for a surety that it will only get worse. Nothing is getting better. It is going to get worse and worse and worse for them. They're going to see their system completely destroyed. As I said previously, there is no golden age that is coming for the United States or for the world. There is none. The only golden age is with Jacob and his descendants. And that is in the word of the Most High. As these nations fall, as these nations are being destroyed, it is Yahuwah's people that are going to be protected. It is Yahuwah's people that are going to rise. That's what we're seeing. And those that have repented, those that have turned from the world and wickedness and have acknowledged Yahuwah, Yahusha, and his people, whatever tribe you're from, whatever nationality you're from, whatever peoples you're from, you will be accepted by the Most High. Because he has no lie. There's no lie that comes out of his mouth. There's absolutely no lie that comes out of his mouth. And he said, the Most High said, that those people who are not of the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that repent and turn from wickedness, that acknowledge who the Most High's people are, and cleave to us, they have a chance to be saved. So the setup will continue because Yahuwah is a master chess player. No matter what they do, no matter what direction they go in, no matter what plans they make, it is always going to come out to the same outcome. And that is Edom's destruction, Babylon's fall, and the Most High delivering his judgment and wrath onto all of these nations. That's what's going to happen. So if you know the Most High's word, you can rest assured. You can be secure if you have the Ruach HaKodesh and you know what is taking place. We have nothing to worry about. Nothing whatsoever. Okay? So, yes, just to go back to the southern border, you're going to see a buildup of troops on the southern border. They are going to try their best to complete the wall on the southern border to keep people in the United States, to keep people in the United States. Okay? The troops will be there to exploit the countries that are south of that border as well. That's also going to be a part of their job. And they will eventually those that are down with their program will also exploit the citizens of America. While simultaneously, we're also going to see a continued push for Canada through economic WARFARE, trying to weaken the Canadian economy to the point where they'll be annexed by the United States. And in short order, Greenland. That's what we're seeing. And again, Trump is just the face of the person who is doing this. But if you've done your research, you know that this is something that's been planned for a long time. I mean, I remember years ago hearing about a North American Union. I remember hearing about it. I remember hearing about an African Union, right? Their test case was the European Union. That hasn't went too well, but because of who these people are, they're going to continue to push and push and push in this direction, and it's only going to lead to their destruction. Now, Trump is saying he wants to put, I think it's like 250% tariff on European wines. I said in the video, The Destruction of the Heathens, the first part, that Trump will turn on the Japanese because he needs to set something up for the people of the Gaza region to go there, and that he will eventually turn on them. And I mean, I don't even think it took 2 weeks. He's now placing tariffs on Japanese goods entering into the United States. And it's going to continue. This hostile behavior that the United States has toward the world is going to continue because these nations are under judgment, and Edom is being used to deliver the judgment to them, to all these nations. But as I said, once that is in motion, the judgment will come down on Edom and completely destroy them along with Babylon, because they are the head of Babylon. Okay? Okay? Yeah, so as I said before, let us all continue in prayer. Let us all continue seeking the Most High. Let us all fellowship with Him each and every single day, reading His Word, prayer, fasting, meditating on His Word. Let us continue to do that. Because this is not going to stop. It is only going to get more intense, and it's going to continue. It's going to continue. They're going to speak like a dragon. They're going to act recklessly. They're going to put themselves in positions that they're going to bind themselves and not realize what they're doing. And again, that is also part of the judgment. They're going into their destruction. And when a people, when a nation and nations are being led into their destruction, they don't go willingly. I mean, who would willingly go right into their destruction? Right? They're being led into their destruction. They are being led into their destruction, and they will continue to go into their destruction because they can't see it. They cannot see it. Revelations 13, verse 10 and 11. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right? Thank you, Hua, for these words. So, thank you all for joining me. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share the word. Let your friends and family know what is happening. People have a lot of different questions about what they're seeing, what is taking place. And you can share this video with them so that they will know where we're heading. I want to thank you all again. Shalom, brothers and sisters.